Welcome to this special edition of In the Mix, Film Festival's the ultimate celebrity playground. I'm your host, Gina Jordan.
If you want a good seat, you scream Robert De Niro's in the lobby.
Tribeca, Cannes, Toronto, Miami, Sundance, and the Hamptons International Film Festival. In the Mix has been festival hopping around the globe, showcasing some world-renowned film festivals and the celebrities who party at them.
I got high.
Everyone's wasted all the time.
I've been drinking with him since about 6 o'clock.
It's all about shots.
I got really drunk last night.
In the Mix will show you why film festivals have become the ultimate celebrity playground.
A lot of good stuff.
We capture the red carpet buzz.
I look a little like Moses. Shop for scarves.
Do it on my face.
The star-studded guest list.
Hello, women. Hello, women.
Skarsgard, Macy, Duchovny, Baldwin, Roberts, Belle Bosworth, and a whole lot more.
It has to do with snot.
Plus, In the Mix goes behind the scenes to capture the real drama.
Well, there might be drama later, and I'm not telling there was no drama before.
God, she's dangerous.
Mixx pretty flamboyant. I don't know if that's my style.
And that's all coming your way on this special edition of In the Mix, Film Festival's the ultimate celebrity playground. You are In the Mix.
In the mix? In the mix.
From Biscayne Bay, Florida to the Hudson River, our first festival stop is located in the biggest metropolis, New York City, the Tribeca International Film Festival. What better destination than the triangle below Canal Street, better known as Tribeca, to be the center of the Tribeca International Film Festival? Jane Rosenthal and Robert De Niro co-founded the festival in 2002.
I think when we go back to our original mission after September 11th, it was really to try to return our community to normal.
Today, the festival has grown into one of the biggest and best attended in the world. Safe to say De Niro, a die-hard New Yorker,
A lot of good stuff.
is one of Hollywood's biggest stars, and Bobby is just as hands-on as he was a decade ago when it comes to the special events surrounding the festival.
The street festival I like. I mean, that's a great community thing. Movies, I mean, there are a lot of documentaries that I saw that were good. The one we just spoke about, the two Escobars, that's not really for kids.
TIFF raises the bar each year. One of the latest trends in programming is a mix of indie and feature film. Here we are, Tribeca Film Festival, and right behind me is the director and star of the film, 2 Days in New York.
For me, it's great to be able to show the film in New York to New Yorkers. You know, it's a kind of a fun thing.
This is the film. Me and Julie Delpy are a couple, and her in-laws come over for the week. So it's kind of like Meet the Parents, but the parents are French.
How is your New York premiere different from your Park City Sundance premiere?
I don't have boots on, long johns, or heaters, and any of that stuff. So already, no, that's serious.
But you had fun, though. It's not
Oh, it's great. It's great. I got high.
It's the turning point for the audience, even older audiences, just to commit to go to a movie theater just to see a story made in animation. So I think it's important, actually.
In 2011, the green carpet premiere of Shrek Forever After kicked off the festival and showcased the latest technology in animation.
It gives a new dimension not only to the movie, our movie, but to all animation movies in general.
From Puss in Boots to the Queen of Comedy, the Tribeca International Film Festival never disappoints when it comes to star power. Queen of Comedy. I mean, this is incredible. Queen of Comedy, that's your title.
Yeah.
The Queen of Comedy herself, Miss Joan Rivers, proved she really is a piece of work in her same-titled documentary, which goes behind the scenes following Joan on her tour. I heard that you hadn't seen the film yet. Are you excited to see it as an entire piece?
No, I've seen bits and pieces, and I saw it at Sundance. I'm just fun to see it with a tough New York audience.
Great.
Which is going to be very different.
A tough critic on herself, Joan is no stranger to the film festival scene. How many festivals have you actually attended and been somebody who's watching films?
This is my second.
Seriously, it's pretty amazing that you can come and see independent films that you can't see anywhere else.
It's great. That's what film festivals are about. And it's wonderful. If you love film, what better place to see what's really happening, what's being done, and not just being studio fed.
Being a festival veteran, Joan had some insider advice for fellow movie buffs. So for your fans that are watching that have never been to a film festival, can you tell them what the best part of going to a film festival is?
If you want a good seat, you scream Robert De Niro's in the lobby, then everybody leaves, and you get any seat you want.
Joan may know how to clear a room, but this living legend won't be pulling a disappearance premiering act anytime soon. You have an empire of products that you sell, television show, a book last year that we were promoting, now a film. What's next, Joan?
We have a television show called Mother Knows Best, Melissa and I, on We. How'd You Get So Rich on TV Land, and I'm working on another play. It doesn't stop, thank God.
It doesn't stop.
And I work in New York every Wednesday night at the West Bank Cafe.
When it comes to film festivals, the big question is, which film is going to generate Oscar buzz? Tribeca, the stars of Get Low, were talking gold on the red carpet.
It's about redemption and forgiveness, and I couldn't turn down the opportunity to work with Robert Duvall and Bill Murray in the same film, no less. It's a very funny movie. It's a deep movie, but it's a very funny movie, and I hope that young audiences will support this movie.
Do you think about Oscars? Do you think about any of that when you create anything?
Everybody does. The whole country is preoccupied with Oscars. It's very political.
I think it's going to be successful. I know that everyone that sees the movie likes it, so that's often a very good indicator. And Robert Duvall, it's a big deal. Big deal for me to work with someone that's, really one of the greatest.
Get Low may not have struck gold, but this cast is still an Oscar-winning ensemble. By the way, you smell good today.
Yeah, well, a lot of it's, I'm on a whole thing with just soap and water.
Well, you smell a little better than soap and water. Now, the vest, is this a normal look for you?
Yeah, it's comfort. It's
for Tribeca?
It's big-time comfort. Big-time comfort.
From super-smelling Oscar winners to supermodel filmmakers, it's safe to say Christie Turlington had one of the most successful directorial debuts of any film festival, thanks to her special guest Bono and U2.
It was interesting. I still wouldn't really call myself a director. It still feels like a funny thing. I'm sort of trying it on, but really because I was so connected to the issue, not so much that I was, set out to make a movie.
No Woman, No Cry reveals powerful stories of pregnant women in labor who are at risk. Christie's personal connection to the cause allowed her to easily slip into the role of director.
It was interesting, and yet at the same time felt very natural and instinctive for me. And now I really can empathize in a different way.
Christie was shocked that her famous director-actor hubby, Ed Burns, was impressed with her seamless transition from supermodel to super director.
He got it. He got why the film was important to me, and he got why it needed to be told. I feel like I was really lucky to have somebody that understood.
Turlington was just as surprised that her first movie-making experience premiered at TIFF.
I don't really plan on making movies or being a filmmaker. I've tried a lot of things in my career, and I feel lucky that I'm in a place where I can experience as much as possible about life.
Turlington is able to successfully juggle many roles, from super director, super mom, to super wife.
I've come to really, really love it.
Aside from mandatory family time in the Hamptons, Mr. and Mrs. Byrne work hard to stay connected. They recently premiered their films simultaneously at TIFF. Byrne showcased his latest film project, Nice Guy Johnny.
Eddie's film takes place in the Hamptons, so we watched it last night at the premiere, and it just made me really crave summertime in the Hamptons.
I know it so well. I picked all my favorite spots. Nothing but great locations.
Coming up, the Hamptons International Film Festival.
Hello.
Alexander Skarsgard takes a bite out of the Hamptons festival scene. And cast members of the Oscar-winning film, The Artist, pre-gold.
We're giving it a rebirth and reminding people why we fell in love with movies in the first place.
Les Matthew Broderick talks Ferris Bueller 25 years later. And Alec Baldwin reveals what he likes to do when he's not acting.
Shop for scarves.
That's all coming your way on this special edition of In the Mix, Film Festival's the ultimate celebrity playground.
In the Mix.
The hottest theme song on TV. The star power in the mix with Chris Rock.
I'm Alec Baldwin. I'm here with the gorgeous Gina.
I'm Larry King, and you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Kelly Ripa, and you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Kathy Lee.
And I'm Hoda.
And you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Ralph Macchio, and you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Bethany Frankel, and you're watching In the Mix.
The Inside Access.
You are the very first person to interview me on my set.
The Laughs.
My face hurts interviewing Chris Rock from laughing.
Wow.
Now, let me ask you this. What do you think of In the Mix?
The Drama.
You talked about how you felt that your film career was a failure. Do you still feel that way? Congratulations on your show. How do you feel about it being boycotted?
Last play at Shea, what did it feel like to be in your home, Long Island, and playing the last concert at the Old Shea Stadium. The popular red carpet entertainment series In the Mix, hosted by me, Gina Jordan, is expanding to a weekly 30-minute studio series, jam-packed with one-on-one famous FaceTime.
Hey, I'm Gina Jordan, and I'm here with my very favorite Bravo housewife of New York, Countess Luann Lesseps.
Think the Soup meets Andy Cohen meets a classy TMZ on the East End of Long Island.
That's what happens at In the Mix. We just make things appear.
See your favorite New York savvy celebs let loose.
Oh, percussion boy. Percussion boy.
Even the crew gets in on the act.
We want to make it really informal, where everybody that you see here, okay, that's staring at us right now,
right,
on
you have quite
set,
a crew.
We've got a good-looking crew here, but everybody that we have here is actually hooked up to a GoPro camera, so we have their point of view, and they're part of the set. Ryan is going to come and get these drums from us.
Okay. Hi, Ryan. So you even have a percussion person. That's impressive.
Talk shop.
Fasten your seatbelts for season 5.
And reveal the hottest events from New York City to the East End this summer season. Signature drinks, restaurant of the week, local giveaways, artist of the week.
There's no hope for me, feeling miserably. Won't you take my hand?
Event of the week. The big buzz here tonight on the red carpet was actually a film, Bully.
I have 3 kids. I never had bullies. I couldn't have conceived it.
And so much more.
I can't even stop her from drumming.
It's celebrity chit-chat with less of the stuffy coffee cup talk and more real-time reactions. Nervous today?
I am absolutely panic-stricken.
So get ready, New York, and experience a deeper, more sarcastic, direct way to get your celebrity fix. It's time to be in the moment.
That's going to do it for the very first In the Mix studio episode.
Be in the mix.
In the Mix.
Welcome back to this special edition of In the Mix's Film Festival's The Ultimate Celebrity Playground. I'm your host, Gina Jordan. New York City never sleeps, but everybody's got to take a break, and celebrities are no exception. That's why it's no surprise the Hamptons have become a star-studded hotspot and the perfect destination for the Hamptons International Film Festival. One of the Hamptons' most famous faces is former supermodel and world-renowned uptown girl Christie Brinkley.
It's just been an amazing year.
But recently, she took her act to Broadway for a star turn as Roxy Hart in the hit musical Chicago. You just really tore the town up. You did it.
I had the best time on Broadway. I tell you, I still can't believe my luck, you know, getting to play Roxy Hart and the whole Broadway experience and the wonderful cast that I, you know, got to work with. And then I went on to do it in London.
Can you just describe to us what a day is like being on Broadway?
Opening day in London, I was up at the crack of dawn. I did 2 early morning talk shows. I then did 3 photo shoots to promote a couple TV shows, you know, to promote the show, a full dress rehearsal, and then the opening night performance.
Oh my goodness, that was the first day?
That was a marathon day.
Like every hardworking New York girl, if Christie can make it here, she can make it anywhere. Well, what's next? Would you ever do another Broadway show if something else came up?
I would.
Somebody has to write a part for Christie Brinkley, but would it be... Now, I remember you saying to me several years ago that you couldn't sing. So what's up with that? Because you can sing.
Well, I mean, no, let me put it this way. I'm not the kind of singer that could go into a recording studio and, you know, wow you. But Broadway gives you an opportunity to sell the song in so many ways. You know, it's not, you know, you're telling a story first and foremost. So that's the kind of singing I do.
From the look of things, life on stage suits her well. You're glowing, you look incredible. I think she may be in love and not telling us, but you look absolutely gorgeous.
Really do. Thanks so much.
And I know you for many years, you're happy.
Oh yeah, I'm very
happy right now, and I mean, it's giving me good energy. I need some good happy.
I'm incredibly grateful. You know, it's just been an amazing experience, and you know, I don't know, I feel like, you know, that song Nowadays, it's good, isn't it? You know, that it's like I just always think about that, like it's really good nowadays.
Nowadays, things are good for 30 Rock star Alec Baldwin. It's all play and no work for the funny man at this year's festival.
I'd like to come out here in the fall Out here in the fall, when it's a little quieter, the festivals bring some people back out here again. But out here when it's a little quieter and it's the beautiful weather.
And what does Alec like to do during his downtime?
Shop for scarves. When I'm not watching documentaries and I'm not shopping for scarves, I like to watch NFL football games. I'm a big football fan. I like NFL football games. I used to have a football in the trunk of my car in LA. And when the traffic got really bad and the traffic would stop, my brother Steve and I would get out and throw the ball on the 405 freeway. I'm not kidding you. That's how much I love NFL football. Now, I'm a little old to be throwing the ball on the 405 freeway.
Stop it.
So I don't do as much, but I still have a football in the trunk.
Another thing fans may not know about this 17-time Saturday Night Live host is that Baldwin's not as comfortable on live TV as one may think.
I have no problem with live in terms of the fear of doing it live. I have a problem doing it live in terms of I hope it's going to be a good show.
At just 23 years old, Anton Yelchin has enjoyed crossover success in both the mainstream and indie markets. So it's no surprise this young man can do it all. I hear you're involved in a film called Like Crazy. It's about to premiere.
I am involved in it. I'm involved. I do craft service.
What do you do? Do you actually like make food for?
Yeah, I make sandwiches. You know, I get chips and things. I go to Costco, pick up.
I just want to know, are they healthy food though? For
very healthy, very healthy. I'm big on healthy food.
He's definitely got a healthy sense of humor, but his latest movie, Like Crazy, is far from funny. The premise of the film is something that everybody can relate to. You're having a long distance relationship.
It's about two college students. They meet. One's English and she overstays her visa. They fall madly in love with one another. She overstays her visa and is deported, and they start this tumultuous long-distance relationship. Neither character really is good or bad. They just kind of are going through this process of being so in love with one another and making mistakes and learning, you know?
That's what life is about, though. Love. We're all just here to love.
We are.
So have you been through the first love experience?
You know, I've never had any experience quite like this. But I'm waiting for a young woman to fall in love with and then get deported. So we'll see.
Ladies, did you hear that? He's waiting
Any
for...
ladies that want to get deported, I'm right here.
Anton may be looking for love, but it's going to have a hard time finding him. Connecting with your fans. How do you connect with your fans nowadays? In other words, Twitter. Are you a Twitter guy?
No,
Tweet?
I send them samples of my urine. Yeah.
You make them craft services and send it out?
Yeah, little packages, little cookies, little cute little things like that.
Do you, so you don't, you're kidding, you don't tweet? You're not?
I don't know, no.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Who needs social media when you're as busy as this guy? His schedule is packed filming the Star Trek sequel, yet Anton's still thirsting for new challenges. You could just go up to any director and say, I want to do this type of a film. What are you craving as an actor right now?
I'm craving like a mineral water.
I knew you were going to say a joke. Whatever lies ahead for Anton Yelchin, it's obvious he's going to be a hard man to hold down. I wish you all the best. I'm getting the feeling here that you're just, you're on the brink, man.
Oh, thanks.
The breaking star thing. Next year, you're going to be like running this whole place.
Oh, right on. Actually, I am. I've decided I'm switching
to. You're not going to be able to ever get an interview with again. That's what's going to happen.
No, it's cool. Just make an appointment with my office, and we'll figure it out.
Sounds good. And when I need any catering, I'll also get in touch. From an up-and-comer to an 80s icon, Hollywood mainstay Matthew Broderick has lots to celebrate. He's turning the big 5-0, and his most famous character is hitting the quarter-century mark. This year's 25 years Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Do you think about the fact that it's 25 years old, that film, and you could still watch that film and it would be pertinent today? Hilarious.
It's amazing how that movie holds up, and people still seem to really like it and get it and care about those characters. It's great. It's John Hughes.
I know, John, amazing. Now, is there any film that still holds up for you today? Is there something that you...
My child, well,
in the same way.
Well, I always liked when I was little, like Woody Allen movies and stuff, and those I watched again and still love.
Matthew's most important role these days is dad. He and wife Sarah Jessica Parker have 3 kids. So the re-release of his animated classic, The Lion King, couldn't come at a better time, right? What was that like to be in a film that they could possibly experience?
It was really fun to do, and there are ways from wanting to see that. It's kind of a rough film when you're too young, actually.
Yeah. What do you let them watch TV?
Death in Front of the Sun and a few things like that.
The actual film itself?
Guys, that's a little much, huh?
I think so.
For young kids, yes, I would say so.
Particularly if it's your own father's voice.
This is true.
Yeah.
We don't, that's not something everybody can relate to if you think about it. So thank you for sharing that. Luckily, Mom SJP and Dad Broderick have lots of other movies to share with kids. Question is, do they want to? Do you and Jessica ever sit down and watch any of her films with your son, or is he still not allowed to watch anything that any of you have been in yet?
That would just feel peculiar,
Really?
I think.
It wouldn't?
Yeah, look, son, and let's sit through a whole movie of
Look
me.
how great Dad is.
Yeah. He would get bored.
Things are about to get hot in the Hamptons now that True Blood star and Swedish sex symbol Alexander Skarsgard is in the house. He's here to promote his new indie disaster film, Melancholia. What was it like to create the film, and what attracted you to the project to begin with?
Larson Trier, I would say, the filmmaker. I was just amazed. I mean, he's phenomenal. I know. I'm just really excited to work with him.
Are you happy with have you seen the film yet?
Yeah, I am.
Are you happy with it?
Very.
Why should people go out there and watch it?
Because it's a little romantic comedy about the end of the world.
When he's not talking about the end of the world, Alex is probably hanging halfway around the world. Where would we find you on a day that you're just off enjoying and relaxing?
I just flew in an hour ago from Sweden. That's where I go when I have a little time off, to my family in Stockholm.
Switzerland, Sweden, Skarsgard is sexy in any language, and he's ready to bring sexy back to the small screen with the show that made him a superstar. But now you're going to be back in front of the camera again, shooting True Blood, picking up season 5, correct?
Yeah, I'm doing one more film, and then we're back in December, season 5.
Season 5 in December. Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah. I really am. I miss my little LA family. I'm excited to go back. It's a great group and awesome people.
Celebs don't just come to the Hamptons to promote their films, they come to inspire change. And no one's proving that more than Feed Project's founder, Lauren Bush.
You started this on your own, which is not an easy thing to do. You actually founded Feed, correct?
Yes. No, it was just a very simple idea I had when I was a student in college, and I had the amazing opportunity to travel around the world with the UN World Food Program, and through that experience really learned about world hunger and saw it firsthand and was compelled to just do something. And the thing I thought to do was just design a reusable tote, and for every bag sold, we're able to feed a child in school for a year.
Lauren made it fashionable to be charitable, and one major skincare company is proud to lend a hand.
Explain to consumers exactly what they're buying. Yes. What do they, when they get, not that you're showing through all the products, but this is $90 online.
It's called the Feed One bag, and it actually has sort of our Feed signature burlap look. We're so proud to partner with Clarence, who's been this amazing partner and is committed to raising enough money to give at least 1 million school meals.
For Lauren, seeing how the Feed Project's organization is helping to change the world is the only payoff she needs.
What is the most inspirational story that you've seen all these years?
One of the most fun things is going to visit schools where kids are learning and playing and receiving a free school lunch, which is what we're providing. I was visiting a school in Kenya, and this little girl in her little school blue uniform, and I kind of got talking, and she was very precocious, and I sort of asked her, what do you want to be when you grow up? She looked at me very sort of straight, and she was like, I want to be the president of Kenya. So that was like this very touching, hopeful moment that showed you, you know, when you can give a child an education and give her a bit of hope and a start, she can dream big and hopefully do big things with her life. So that was really nice.
That's what it's about. It's about dreaming big and feeding the world.
At this year's festival, one movie had everyone talking, mostly because no one in it did. Of course, we mean the 2012 Oscar-winning Best Picture, The Artist.
The premise of the film is a Hollywood silent movie star at the advent of sound who won't adjust to the new medium and makes a silent film. It fails, the market crashes, his career is destroyed, he becomes despondent and suicidal, and is saved by his 3 best friends, a dog, a chauffeur, and his girlfriend.
And Kabbalah.
And Kabbalah, yes, of course it's Kabbalah.
This movie's about the golden era of Hollywood, the golden age. And I did it because I love the glamour, and I love the sets, and I love the costumes, and I love the style, and also I just thought it was so daring and courageous of this director who wrote the film, who's French, to make a movie about old Hollywood. And And it's really moving people.
I can't wait to see it. You're getting me very excited to see it because all those things, I love the roaring 20s. Imagine living in the roaring 20s, what it must have been like.
Obviously, it's been done before, but it's sort of like we're giving it a rebirth and reminding people why we fell in love with movies in the first place.
Coming up, we hop over to Salt Lake City for Sundance.
Do it on my face.
Emma Roberts gets feisty while Elijah Wood talks painful breakups. And William H. Macy shows us how to get the party started.
I've been drinking with him since about 6 o'clock.
The cast of Black Rock keep it real.
It has to do with snot.
David Duchovny is the Goat Man.
Look a little like Moses.
Parker Posey, Eric Mabius, Jesse Williams, Annalynne McCord, and Tiffany Haddish, plus a whole lot more star-studded action.
Mixx pretty flamboyant. I don't know if that's my style.
And that's all coming your way on this special edition of In the Mixx's Film Festival's The Ultimate Celebrity Playground.
In the Mixx.
The Star Power in the Mix with Chris Rock.
I'm Alec Baldwin. I'm here with the gorgeous Gina.
I'm Larry King, and you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Kelly Ripa, and you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Kathy Lee.
And I'm Hoda.
And you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Ralph Macchio, and you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Bethany Frankel, and you're watching In the Mix. The popular red carpet entertainment series In the Mix, hosted by me, Gina Jordan, is expanding to a weekly 30-minute studio series, jam-packed with one-on-one famous FaceTime.
Hey, I'm Gina Jordan, and I'm here with my very favorite Bravo housewife of New York, Countess Luann Lesseps.
See your favorite New York savvy celebs let loose. Even the crew gets in on the act.
We want to make it really informal, where everybody that you see here, okay, that's staring at us right now, on set,
talk shop,
Fasten your seatbelts for season 5.
and reveal the hottest events from New York City to the East End this summer season. Signature drinks, restaurant of the week, local giveaways, artist of the week.
There's no hope for me, feeling miserably. Won't you take my hand?
Event of the week. The big buzz here tonight on the red carpet was actually a film, Bully, and so much more.
I can't even stop her from drumming.
It's celebrity chit-chat with less of the stuffy coffee cup talk and more real-time reactions. Nervous today?
I am absolutely panic-stricken.
So get ready, New York, and experience a deeper, more sarcastic, direct way to get your celebrity fix. It's time to be in the moment.
That's going to do it for the very first In the Mix studio episode.
Be in the mix.
In the Mixx.
Welcome back to this special edition of In the Mix, Film Festival's The Ultimate Celebrity Playground. I'm Gina Jordan. We're here at the Miami International Film Festival enjoying some world-renowned nightlife as we festival hop around the globe to showcase some of the most popular film festivals. Our next festival stop moves us from the sand to the snow when Hollywood's biggest celebs head to Park City, Utah to enjoy the slopes and some of cinema's biggest films at the Sundance Film Festival. From the hustle and bustle of Main Street to the glitz and glamour of the gifting suites, Sundance is the hotspot when it comes to indie films. And this year, some of Hollywood's heaviest hitters came out to soak up the scene, including Jesse Williams, a man who's earned his MD in sexy. Guys, I'm standing here with Jesse, former star of Grey's Anatomy, right? Or are you still
Current, I would hope.
Current?
Did I get fired?
Yeah, I'm here to tell you.
It's fine. There's plenty more things to do.
Jesse's role as a Seattle Grey sex symbol is going strong now. But what if his TV career flatlines? His latest project might actually help him change lives.
I launched a production company with my partner Aaron Drake Lee called Forwarding. And our opening project is Question Bridge Black Males. It's a video installation that works simultaneously. For some reason, we decided life wasn't hard enough, so we decided to launch an installation in 5 museums around the country. We sit down and we point a camera at you after you agree to do it, hopefully, and ask you what questions do you have of other men. What we're demonstrating is that, in this case, black men are not homogenous. We are not all the same. We are human beings.
Annalynne is horrifically good in her latest role as a girl whose love of medicine and her mother takes a sick and twisted turn.
Sister was like, I don't want to talk to you. You're so weird right now. That's
really cool. Like after she saw it?
Literally, if anyone's been really nice to me and not kind of hesitant, I'm like, you haven't seen it yet, have you?
McCord's blood-curdling performance has horror fans buzzing. But according to Annalynne, this movie's not quite as scary as life in showbiz. Perks of stardom aren't so bad either. What do you think of the Axe Lounge?
I'm enjoying this whole have a movie at Sundance thing. People give you free stuff. You feel like really cool.
Annalynne's not the only girl getting the hookup. Her 90210 co-star, Tiffany Haddish, is living it up here at Sundance, aka the 84060. What did you think of the experience, Tiffany, in the Actor Groom Room?
It was amazing. They hooked the sister up. My hair has been done. I got my hair did, got my makeup done. Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Thank you so much. They're very talented. My thing is I don't want to look like I'm wearing a lot, but I like it to be light, but yeah.
You're naturally gorgeous, so she doesn't even need the makeup thing, but it's fun. It's fun. Tiffany is due for a little fun, considering she's pulling double duty on the primetime schedule. Haddish is hanging in America's most famous zip code and breaking hearts on the hit Fox series Bones.
I've been playing the daughter of Tamara Taylor's character for a while now.
But nothing's as exciting as being a Sundance newbie. Sundance been for you so far, the overall movie experience?
It's amazing. I mean, I love going to see films. The kind of films that I'm getting to see here and getting to see a premiere here, it's incredible. It's all these creative, talented people that come together and show what they've been working on all year, and it's incredible.
It's inspiring, right? You almost leave thinking you need to be creating something even more rewarding when you come here.
Yeah, I have a little idea book. I've been inspired. I've been writing a couple things into it.
Oh, very nice. She's even sharing a little of that inspiration with the aspiring actors of the world. Advice you would have for your fans in regards to acting?
Be strong and just be true to you. I think that's the biggest thing, whether you're a woman of color or not. You know, it's about really knowing who you are inside and staying true to it, because a lot of times in our industry, it's very easy to get a lot of advice from other people and to say, oh, I'm going to do this because someone else wants me to, but you know, it's about you. We're only here for a blink in time.
How did you get so just educated and with life experience? One lady who's no stranger to Sundance is indie film darling Parker Posey. And this year she hit Park City to host the festival awards ceremony and promote her new film, Price Check. I am sitting here with the queen of indie films. You have been given that title by Time magazine.
That's right.
Parker Posey. Yay! Price Check, if you were to give the premise of the film, Parker, what would it be?
I work in sales strategies for a grocery store company, and I get transferred to work for a grocery store company in Long Island. It's not a glamorous job.
In Strong Island.
In Strong Island. And she, you know, Susan is a real force, Susan Felders, and they ship me out there to revamp the company and infuse it with energy. And things happen. So I play a real powerhouse boss.
Parker embraced her role as a corporate bigwig, but does that mean she's ready to step out of the spotlight? Do you think you could do the 9 to 5 every day? I mean, is that something that...
Yes, I do.
You do?
I think I could be, and that was what was fun about playing Susan. She could be doing anything. She's going to be passionate about whatever she's doing. She's going to care 100%.
But she's up to no good in Price Check. Posey got cozy with a married man in the film, played by former Ugly Betty stud Eric Mabius. Look how handsome this man is. Does your wife pray to you each and every day, or what?
Yes, she does. We went to high school together.
Come on, you're high school sweethearts?
No, we're not high school sweethearts. We flirted. And I kid you not, we had 9th grade sex ed class together. But 10 years after high school, my buddy played matchmaker. We didn't date, but yeah.
Eric and Parker were so good at being bad on screen, we just had to ask. At Sundance 2012, have you been naughty or nice?
But no, I've been nice. Go to bed early.
I've been so nice. I have been so nice.
Boring is not a word that can be used to describe the cast of the new film Goats.
I'm a goat herding, pot growing mentor to him.
He's the goat man. So the goat man, would you please explain to us what that means? Because we've heard it all day long while we're sitting here, and we want to understand, what is the goat man?
I think it's just something they call this guy because he treks with goats, he herds goats, and he claims to be training goats for government purposes.
Vera, you're in the film, you're married to this man?
Oh no, they do have an interesting, mysterious past, these two. But I actually hire him. He is my gardener.
I've been there forever.
Roman's been there for ages.
Well,
He's just
in the guest house. I've just been like
5-star goat man. I mean, I'm picturing Moses and
well, I look a little like Moses. Yeah.
Played Moses?
No, not yet.
Never in a play or anything as a kid?
Yeah, no. I was one of the Magi, but that's about as close as I got.
The relationships in this film are definitely complicated, but David's got his own take on the subject of love. Corner, do either of you celebrate Valentine's Day? Is that a tradition for either of you?
A friend of mine calls Valentine's Day the saddest of all the Jewish holidays.
Duchovny is full of surprises, and he's hoping the premiere of his new movie is as exciting and unpredictable as he is.
It's a great moment. I mean, you don't get surprises in your life very often, and this is going to be a surprise tonight.
You don't get surprises in your life very often?
No, I mean...
David Duchovny would have a lot of surprises in his life.
Not good ones. I should have been more specific.
Not to be outdone in the comedy department, Goat's co-stars Ty Burrell and Graham Phillips did their best to keep serving up the laughs. What was it like to work with Ty?
I was supposed to play the stoner, but in reality, you know, this man over here was just...
We are PG-13 here, okay?
Facetious.
Never. This is Modern Family Star, okay?
What was funny about working with Ty was that his character is so different than his character in Modern Family. He plays like, I don't want to say a serious guy, but he's definitely, as Ty said, a lot more measured and calculated and careful, it seems like, than his character on the show. And he played the jokes like as if he had never told a joke before, and I thought it was brilliant because, you know, just after watching the show, seeing him like not be funny was like more funny than anything I'd ever seen.
So he's very talented is what you're saying?
Absolutely. Very versatile.
Versatile is a good way to describe Dakota Johnson, the young lady sharing screen time with this all-star cast. How did you get into acting? Is this something that you've always wanted to do?
Yeah, both of my parents are actors, and I sort of grew up on set.
Are your parents famous?
Yeah.
Dakota's actually the daughter of Don Johnson and Melanie Griffith, so she's got some big acting shoes to fill. We're not going to say it on camera because it's going to make her blush and the whole thing, but...
I'm already just, I'm gonna...
No, that's got to be challenging. Like, I mean, in any capacity, it's got to be a hard thing. But just know that we didn't know. Maybe that's a good thing. We loved you for you.
Thank you.
Okay?
That's cool. I like that.
One of the most talked about films at the festival is the psychological thriller Black Rock. Kate Bosworth, Lake Bell, and Kate Asselton give new meaning to the term girl power in a film some have dubbed Deliverance with a Twist. The premise of the film is that it's a girls' getaway weekend. You guys are bonding together.
It starts that way, and then a huge wrench gets thrown into the mix, and then the movie changes for an exciting ride, which you just don't expect.
It becomes a battle of survival and a battle of wills, truly, of who wants to live more when things go awry.
It's not your typical chick flick.
I mean, there's screaming and there's crying, but then there's like badass screaming and crying, and that's sort of the direction that we went in.
Okay, so what's the difference between badass screaming and crying and just regular screaming and crying?
I think it has to do with snot. There's a lot of snot in this movie. Just a lot of really unattractive facial expressions.
Part of what's important about telling that story is to make it real. You know what I mean? Like all of a sudden, when we're defending our lives, we don't kind of like pull our hair down. Like all of a sudden, you see a bunch of lip gloss, and we're like throwing some, roundhouse kicks.
It's not Charlie's Angels, is what you're saying.
No,
I love that.
But it also helps, I think, to have naturally beautiful girls in the movie. So even at their very worst, they're still prettier than every average person walking down the street.
Okay, no makeup. All these girls here, no makeup, and they're just gorgeous. And I know that they had no sleep last night because you guys had.
That's true. No, I have makeup on. We have makeup on.
We have help, but no sleep.
But no sleep.
How many days did it take to shoot?
It took more than a week. More than a week.
Yeah.
How about that?
More than a week, less than Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, there we go. Somewhere in there.
But working under such tough conditions brought these ladies closer together. You enjoy working together?
I mean, look, we're very close. We had no choice but to sort of fuse together as a core group. I mean, the three of us were stuck in a home, like a little house together, a little cabin, and we are very, very close.
Every guy right now is like, how close are you, Lake? Come on.
What stays in Maine stays in Maine.
While the ladies have audiences on the edge of their seats,
The guys, well, they'll have them reaching for their hankies. This Surrogate took home this year's coveted Audience Award, and from what we hear, stars William H. Macy, John Hawkes, and Helen Hunt could be seeing gold at the Oscars next year.
I'm sitting here with two tremendous stars of a film that premiered today that's getting a lot of buzz, The Surrogate. It's getting distribution buzz. It's getting Oscar buzz. Yeah, I said it. The term Oscar buzz. Do you care about that kind of thing?
Well, we actually started that one.
We did.
Yeah.
We did. We've been anonymously texting and emailing, talking about ours and Helen's amazing performances. And I don't know, it makes me nervous only because the film is so new. It's been shown to 1,300 people one time, and it was one of the more extraordinary screenings I've ever attended. And I couldn't be happier to have been part of it.
The film is all the rage. How does it feel?
John will back me up on this. We had a day. I had not seen the film. John had seen a rough cut of it. I was blubbering like a baby, and the lights were coming up, and I thought, oh, good God, give me some time.
The film depicts the real-life struggles of a physically disabled man and his search for female companionship.
Would you share with us the premise of the film, sir?
It's based on a guy named Mark O'Brien, a real-life guy. He got polio when he was 6 years old, so he spent the majority of his life in the rest of his life in an iron lung, except for hours at a time when he could be out on a gurney with a respirator. He sees a sex therapist. He speaks to his priest, played so wonderfully by Bill, and the sexual therapist refers him to a surrogate, which is a person who helps people with their sexual difficulties, and a relationship forms between the surrogate, played by Helen Hunt, and my character Mark O'Brien. It's a story about possibility and hope and a lot of sadness.
What do you mean, have sex?
Well, when a man and a woman love each other very much.
No, I understand what it... Are we talking about sexual intercourse? And at the end of the film, you don't weep for Mark. You weep because you love being human. It's glorious.
The story itself is about relationships, right? You're obviously someone who's very good at relationships, and I say that because you're married to Felicity Huffman, beautiful woman, amazing actress. What is the secret to a good marriage?
Marry Felicity Huffman. I don't know. All I know is I'm a nightmare and she's an angel.
But Bill's devilish side may actually be the secret to his heavenly union.
Marriage is really hot and ooey-gooey for about a year or two, and then the rest of it is a relationship, which you got to work on. And
Wait, are you saying a relationship doesn't have the hot and gooey? And hot and gooey, is that passion?
Yeah, hot and gooey is passion, and yes, you can have passion, but you have to work at it. You have to pretend. Just make it up. Just make it up.
Role play?
Role play. Do whatever you need. I mean, but the point is, you got to set your sights. You got to say, do we want to keep this hot or do we not? And if you do, then do it. Don't give yourself excuses.
Fortunately, marital bliss isn't for everyone, at least according to Elijah Wood and Emma Roberts.
It's called Celeste and Jesse Forever, and Rashida Jones and Andy Sambergs are Celeste and Jesse. And it's basically about these two people that were married and they're going through a divorce.
And this takes it to the extreme in that they are trying to remain best friends. So they still do everything together, they still kind of live together.
We all know from like breaking up with people is awkward and weird and sad and happy and all these things.
I find it really difficult to be friends with my ex-girlfriends immediately. It's not a harsh thing, it's just about being able to differentiate between the relationship as a romantic one and your time as friends and reestablishing the friendship. And sometimes that's not easy to do. Look, there are people that are far better at it than I am.
You're very soothing. You could have been a psychologist, I think.
Yeah?
Speaking of alternate careers, Emma's turn as a pop singer in the movie begs the question.
I was thinking, are you pulling a Gwyneth Paltrow, where you're going to be singing and then at some point you're going to have your own album?
I got to record a song that Rashida actually co-wrote, and it's really fun.
I think it's my new skin regime. Yeah.
It's regimen.
What?
Regime is a system of government. The word is regimen.
Oh. Thanks, Scrabble. It's really nice to meet you.
I would love to have a band like Spice Girls, but I don't know if I have to get with my best friends and just be like, you know, walking around stage in cute outfits and like.
Which one would you be?
I used to fight over being Baby Spice because her name was Emma, and like literally school like playground fights of like, I'm gonna be Baby Spice today. So, yeah.
As for Elijah, he's more punk than pop. But there's one rock legend he could pull off.
So I don't know, I'm thinking a little Mick Jagger could potentially.
Mick's pretty flamboyant. I don't know if that's my style. But then again, you know, Iggy Pop was flamboyant too, and he kind of ripped on Mick's style, but made it his own in a more punk rock way. That's pretty awesome too.
Coming up, Sun and Fun in Miami.
It's all about shots.
X-Men star Shawn Ashmore is a Miami virgin.
It is my first time in Miami.
Rumer, Willis, and Rodrigo Santoro go head-to-head in a nail-biting ping pong match.
Oh!
Plus, Rumer Willis shares Mom Demi and Dad Bruce's career advice. And later, go behind the scenes with Bravo's Real Housewives of Miami.
And I'm not telling there was no drama before.
Plus, the cast of Magic City. And that's all coming your way on this special edition of In the Mix, Film Festival's the ultimate celebrity playground.
In the Mix.
In the Mix with Chris Rock.
I'm Alec Baldwin. I'm here with the gorgeous Gina.
I'm Larry King, and you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Kelly Ripa, and you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Kathy Lee. And I'm Hoda. And you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Ralph Macchio, and you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Bethany Frankel, and you're watching In the Mix.
You got a secret weapon there. I got it.
Welcome back to In the Mix's Film Festival's the ultimate celebrity playground. I'm your host, Gina Jordan, and we're here at the Miami International Film Festival, chilling out, playing some ping pong at the Standard Hotel, which is the hub of celebrity action. We've got Rumer Willis on one side. This game's pretty amazing, actually, and Rodrigo on the other. It's 180 to 205. Rumer has it.
Did you do anything fun today? I took a nap.
That was fun.
Celebrities at the film festival, they take naps.
You want to really play?
Okay.
Like a game?
All right.
So, for sure, we're in a hotel that really inspires you for naps and relaxation. We're in a spa hotel, so great for hangovers.
Well, I'm hoping that won't be the case, because a hangover on the plane is like the worst thing possible.
Nice for baby premiere, right?
Yes.
Of your film. Talk a little bit about the film.
It's called The Diary of Preston Plummer, and we actually shot in Florida, in this small little town called Amelia Island. And I would say the hot spot there was the Hammerhead, and they only served beer and wine coolers, and that was our go-to.
My God, she's dangerous. Girls can multitask, guys not really.
Rumer Willis was looking all grown up tonight on the red carpet, and when she talks about her philosophy in acting on screen, she likes to give credit to her famous parents, her dad Bruce Willis and mom Demi Moore. You clean up. I mean, you just spun it out and look fantastic. That is for Vélagère. You look absolutely gorgeous. You really, she's all grown up, guys. So what's the premise of the film about?
Well, it's based around, Trevor who plays Preston, but I think it's a love story, but it's also, it shows how kind of love can destroy you, and, there's his character in the movie really kind of focuses a lot on the universe and entropy, and I think that's very telling of kind of how the way the world works. I think things that are real like that, and that kind of get to the core of something that kind of make you go, oh, okay, yeah, I understand that, or I felt like that, really kind of connect with people.
It's always challenging to have famous parents like you do. Everybody knows that. How have they helped you in any which way or form create who you are today in terms of your career on camera?
I would say just really about staying true to yourself and reminding me kind of what you want to do and what's the purpose of what you want to do. I think, to me at least, there's a big difference between being famous and being an actor. And if you want to be famous, then that's great, But if you want to be an actor, then you really, my goal at least, I don't know if I've yet done it, but I would hope to in my life, is just really be able to connect and like I said, and change people through the work that you do. Okay.
I have played ping pong. As a kid, I was a pool shark. I get people to scratch. Don't ask me how, but it's like a mental thing, I kind of look at it and I'm like, make it scratch,
Really?
Yeah, I'm good.
So you got mental powers.
I do.
All right.
That's what they tell me. Oh, that was really good. I'm sitting here bragging. Great. He's not playing in 5-inch heels, okay? I just want to notate. So your part that you had to play, you played a
Brazilian soccer player.
Yeah.
The director of the film, who is an amazing man.
Jose Enrique.
Yes, Jose Enrique of your film. Yeah, on the red carpet last night.
Yeah.
Not a bad place to premiere the film, right?
We rang him and say, Rodrigo, I just we'll accept that film if you play Heleno. And he said, okay, I will do it because it's a very, very strong character for an actor.
I gotta be honest, it was like 5 minutes. He started to talk about it and I was already, involved. It's an amazing story. Just a great story. It's a great character with a very interesting journey among society. He was sort of like this prince.
A prince?
Say, well, prince in a way that he was a gentleman when he was out of the field, but when he was playing, he had an attitude. He died in a mental institution with neurosyphilis. Wow, that was good.
Thank you.
My God, you get better.
What did you take away from this film? What's been the best experience?
It's a very interesting character because he wasn't very likable in a way, but he was coming from a very interesting and noble place, in my opinion. He just wanted to overcome himself. He wanted to be better, and he wanted, people to be just like he was. This guy is sort of like a myth. There's a lot of stories about him.
Interesting.
Pictures, but there's no...
And we hear you look a lot like him.
Well, we have the same physique, tall, great ping pong players.
Right. If you guys don't recognize, this man was in the campaign with Nicole Kidman for Chanel. I don't know if you recognize, but let's just throw it out there.
I was young. People would never recognize me.
Yes, they would. Because you were also in the film Love Actually, one of everyone's favorite films. That's such a fantastic film. What was it like to be with that cast? What a wonderful cast of people.
Amazing. Amazing. It was one of my first experiences out of Brazil. And I had a chance to work with Annalynne, which is... yeah, let's not even go there.
Yeah.
She's beyond such a sweet and amazing person.
I so wanted you guys to fool around in that film,
me too. Me too.
I so wanted to see you guys together. I was just like, why? Why is this happening?
A lot of people said, well, your story was the only one that never,
I know, it didn't have any closure, so to speak.
Yeah, it didn't have a closure.
But maybe that was the point.
That was the point. That was the intention.
Does life have closure? Come on. In real life, is there closure on everything?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I'd like to say that there is closure on everything, but I don't think so.
You wish.
Here we are at the Miami International Film Festival, and it's no surprise that the biggest stars on the red carpet are 3 of the Miami housewives.
It's a privilege and an honor to be here.
There's a lot of world premieres. There's some really, really great, films. We put a year worth of effort into our programming to select, just these 100 perfect films to show to our audience.
So you're actually working tonight. You're on duty.
I'm working, yes I am.
That's right, Bravo is actually shooting behind the scenes tonight. They love the whole behind the scenes thing. Could you give us a little taste of what's happening behind the scenes tonight for the housewives?
We've been filming a lot of really important things going on in the city. We have got great access, so, some of the women are here to watch the film and enjoy the party and watch the red carpet, and we're capturing it.
There's some drama going on right now?
Not right now.
Not right now? Yeah, you look way too calm.
Yeah, no, even if you think that I should be freaking out, I'm always cool as a cube.
What is it like working with the new members? Are you enjoying it? Is it fun?
Extremely I'm enjoying them. They're fun. They're, go-getters. They're, bringing it. So.
Okay, now you got to tell me the truth because you got the behind-the-scenes camera here. Are we creating drama tonight? Is there any drama?
No, I don't think there's any drama. No, not right now.
Do we believe her, guys? Do we believe her?
Well, there must be drama later, and I'm not telling there was no drama before. But at the moment, no.
Congratulations, opening film at the Miami International Film Festival. How does it feel?
It's exciting. It's a film about an American that follows his dream and moves to Mexico. My character's name is Ed. He grows up in Kansas. He hits a wall. He's got nothing going for him. He lives on a farm. The only thing that he has is music. That's like his dream. That's the one thing that means something to him. And he finally gets up the courage to follow his dream. And that's kind of what the movie's about.
Up and coming. You have some projects.
I'm shooting a pilot next month with Kevin Williamson, who created, and Kevin Bacon is actually the star of. So I'm really excited about that.
Now, for the past hour, we've been festival hopping around the globe, showcasing some world-renowned film festivals. Now, aside from independent films, festivals are also a fun place where celebrities get to let loose.
I got really drunk last night at the Delano at dinner with the cast.
It's all about shots.
We're having a great time.
He was living huge. He had a whole cool mob lifestyle going on. I'll go over to his place, watch basketball. We went to the Heat games. Which were great. Yeah, we had a good time.
It doesn't get any more Miami than the Magic City premiere. Nicknamed the Magic City, Miami itself is heavily featured in the show. It's certainly fitting then that the Miami-centric series premiered at the Miami International Film Festival.
What a cool thing to be able to kind of premiere our show here in Miami, where, because Miami is, a major character of Magic City.
And to be able to work in this city and to do this show, which is really a love letter to Miami, it was great.
Well, Miami has continued to be the sort of glamour center in some weird way. It's a small town, and yet it's bigger than. It feels as big as any place I've ever been.
Miami's great because it isn't so sceney. I think that places like Sundance are and Cannes, they're just like a little like
an event within themselves.
Yeah,
right?
and people go just to go and. In Miami, still every year I just see it grow so much more.
Now, the Magic City premiere spared no expense. Every single cast member actually arrived in a vintage car, including this 1956 Chevy Bel Air. So it really feels like we're in a different era. The hunky cast includes Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Yoel Vasquez, and Stephen Strait, who star alongside some of Hollywood's most stunning women, Kelly Lynch, Elena Satine, and Andy Garcia's daughter, Dominique Garcia Laredo. Set in 1950s Miami, Magic City tells the story of the legendary Miramar Hotel, the center of Miami's elusive Cuban mob scene and the birthplace of Miami's magical beginnings.
Well, it's definitely a story about how Miami became what it is today. And, Ike's opening the Miramar Playa, which is this incredible, beautiful Art Deco hotel in 1959. And it's just an incredible age of glamour and complicated, sociopolitically, and the mob and everything that was going on here at the time. It was really a unique situation in a unique place in a unique time that really hadn't been tapped.
I play Ike Evans, the owner of the Miramar Playa. The whole show is kind of centered around this hotel and my dealings with the mob, trying to keep my hotel afloat. And then the political ramifications of, Batista getting overthrown and wanting to legalize gambling. So it's sort of, the Miramar Playa has become sort of this epicenter for whatever Magic City turns out to be, which is a lot in the first year.
It's about Ike Evans, who owns this very lavish hotel, and it's his dealings with the mob and corrupt politicians while trying to sort of keep his family safe and intact and sort of out of, the darker dealings.
So the days of Frank Sinatra.
Absolutely. Frank Sinatra is actually in our first episode.
But these guys weren't always living the mobster lifestyle. Where'd you grow up?
Seattle.
Okay.
I grew up in Seattle, went to New York, went back to Seattle, and then I moved.
Nirvana? Were you like a big Nirvana fan?
Yeah, I knew those guys. I mean, it was a very small town back then.
What were jobs that you did before you were acting?
Everything.
Yeah.
I mean, my dad will laugh about it. I think I had like 100 jobs by the time I was like 21 years old. Before I moved to Los Angeles, and I worked at the first Starbucks in the Pike Place Market. How's that?
You worked at the. Okay, so you were a barista?
I was for about 5 seconds. I got
you
fired
good at
from every job. That's why I got like 100 jobs. Yeah, I didn't do real well.
Well, many people say if you have something to fall back on, you wouldn't do your dream, right? So you didn't. He wasn't a very good barista, which is why.
If I was a good barista, I'd be in big trouble. Yeah, I wouldn't be here with you right now, for sure.
And for some, premiering in Miami meant returning home.
I'm having a great time. I'm home. This is home for me.
Okay, so you grew up here?
Neighborhood. Yeah, like literally in this neighborhood.
You literally grew up on Lincoln Road?
15th and Pennsylvania Avenue.
Wow. So this is your hood.
It's my hood, dude.
Did you work along any of these stores in here as a kid, or what like odd jobs did you do? Because I like to hear these.
There's a store that's on Pennsylvania and Lincoln that's not there anymore. It used to be a camera store. And that was one of my first jobs. And then next to it was a shoe store. And I worked there selling shoes.
Mobsters, escorts, gambling, and even Frank Sinatra are what TV dreams are made of. But these celebs were most excited about their on-screen home.
The detail in the set is insane. Like down to like matches and like stuff that you never ever think the camera's ever going to see, but it fills the set.
200,000 square feet of what used to be Bertram Yacht building place. And they're the most amazing sets I've ever seen on any level. You know, and I've been in some pretty big movies, and I've never seen sets like this. They're gorgeous. I mean, you could check into our hotel that they built.
200,000 square feet of Miami hotels, coffee shops, hotel rooms, the most exquisite lobby. People are going to watch this show and come down to Miami and try to book a room. It blew our minds.
Well, that's going to do it for this special edition of In the Mix, Film Festival's the ultimate celebrity playground. I'm Gina Jordan, and I look forward to seeing you in the mix. You are in the mix.
In the mix?
In the mix.
In the mix.
Do it on my face.
There should be a music video for that song.
Don't get surprises in your life very often?
No, I mean...
I think David Duchovny would have a lot of surprises in his life.
Not good ones. Had a glass of bourbon with dirt in it.
Did I get fired?
I think it has to do with snot. There's a lot of snot in this movie.
But I did meet a lot of interesting women at Sarah Lawrence College.
I feel like everyone's wasted all the time. You're clearly talking to me, so that means you haven't seen it yet.
When you hear the term Oscar buzz, do you care about that kind of thing?
Well, we actually started that rumor. Well, I look a little like Moses.
And I know that might not sound appealing, that we all look like
Kind of cultural idiot. I've been drinking with him since about 6 o'clock.